How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all well. Mr. Boulder back today with a collection update video for you. An all vinyl collection update here. We'll, as always, be discussing lots of different genres and styles. What I'll do is what I always do, and I'll start off with the softer stuff and progress towards the more heavier stuff. Let's get started after the usual sip of coffee. Today we're going to kick off with something that my mum and dad had on cassette back in the late 80s, and I never got around to picking up a copy on vinyl. And I grabbed this off eBay a couple of months ago. Really pleased to grab it. It's one of those records that's decent to put on a Saturday night and just chilling at home. And it is Money for Nothing, Dire Straits. A nice little best of collection. Not a huge fan of these guys, so this and one other thing will do me just nicely. Tons of great stuff on this. Just standard black vinyl, of course. You've got Sultans of Swing, superb song. Down to the Waterline's really good. Romeo and Juliet, great track. Walk of Life, Private Investigations, Money for Nothing, Tunnel of Love, Brothers in Arms, excellent stuff. This has got Twisting by the Pool in it, which I absolutely don't care for at all. That can get in the bin. But the rest of it's excellent. But a nice little best of from these guys. Love pretty much all the tunes on this. Just £7. Nice little find. I'm glad I finally got around to picking it up. So that's the first thing. Dire Straits is Money for Nothing, best of from 1988. And this is the only other thing I need from these guys. And this is, of course, their huge selling Brothers in Arms album from 1985. A charity shop find at long last. They're a rare thing these days. Sort of about 10, 15 years ago, you could find some decent stuff in charity shops, but not anymore. But I did find this in a local charity shop. It was only £2. Just black vinyl. A couple of... No, sorry, I mean, the sleeve's a little bit sort of beat up, but the record's in absolutely amazing condition. Played it. It's like it's never been played. Just sounds fantastic. Great stuff on this, like So Far Away, Walk of Life. Your Latest Trick, great track. Absolutely love that. Right Across the River. One World, obviously the title track again, Brothers in Arms. Excellent stuff. This is all I need from Dire Straits. A nice little charity shop pickup, which is a rare thing these days. Love Mark Knopfler's unique finger picking style on a guitar. Great guitar player. Decent vocals. Like me a bit of Dire Straits, and that is all I need from these guys, definitely. Go on now to the Go-Go's, who feature Belinda Carlisle on vocals. You all know I love a bit of Belinda Carlisle. I've got this because I was actually supposed to see him live last year. They were supposed to be supporting Billy Idol. Me and my wife were meant to be going to see him back in the summer, but Billy had to put the gigs back till October. And when they were rescheduled, the Go-Go's weren't the support band anymore. Instead, you had Killing Joke supporting, and Toya Wilcox, who I have to say was much better than I thought she was going to be. Her voice still sounds fantastic. If you're not familiar with Toya Wilcox, she had some big hits here back in the early 80s, sort of a new wave post-punk. These days, of course, she's also very well known for the YouTube channel that she has with her husband, Robert Fripp from King Crimson, where Robert plays the guitar, Toya sings and sort of prances around wearing some quite revealing costumes, shaking her assets, shall we say. I mean, obviously, I've never seen any of that. But if you believe that bullshit, you'll believe anything. Anyway, the Go-Go's, excellent stuff. Decent pop punk from these guys. All female bands are quite sort of rare back in the early 80s. But this has got Our Lips Are Sealed on it, which I always thought was a Fun Boy 3 song, but it was written with Terry Hall, who, of course, sadly passed away sort of at the start of the year or maybe at Christmas. So that's a great tune. I love that. I actually prefer that version over Fun Boy 3's. Cool Jerk, We Got the Beat. That was a big song over especially in the States. Get Up and Go, Vacation, I'm the Only One, This Town, stuff like that. Yeah, just basic, sugary sort of bubblegum rock, really. Great stuff. Glad I picked this up. Good stuff. I'm really enjoying that one a lot. The Go-Go's, just the best off from them, and that's all I need from them. Starting off with some alternative rock now. This is the first of 3 albums by this band. And this is Therapy, Nurse. This is their debut album from 1992. They put out a couple of EPs before this, which I haven't actually heard. But this is their first full length. These guys from Northern Ireland, excellent album, excellent band. Nausea first track is fantastic. Teeth Grinder, great song. Disgrace Lounge is great as well. Accelerator, Neck Freak, side A is all killer stuff. You got Gone, Zipless and Deep Sleep on side 2. Great band. I love Andy Kern's vocals. Good guitars. There's some nice riffs on this that are really catchy. Some great drums as well from Fife Ewing. I'd never heard this before actually. But yeah, this is a really good album. Therapy's debut, Nurse from '92. Great stuff. This one though, I listened to death when it came out. And this is Troublegum from 1994. This is a 10 out of 10 album. There are no bad songs on this album. This was absolutely huge at the time. I saw them at Donington in 1995, and not long after this had come out, and they were absolutely on top of the world here in the UK. They were absolutely everywhere. Fantastic album. Great stuff on this, like Knives, Scream Major, Stop It You're Killing Me, Nowhere, Die Laughing, Trigger Inside, Femtex. Just no bad songs in this at all. Really catchy stuff. Really love that one. It's just an absolutely fantastic album for me. One of my favourite albums that came out in '94. So that's Troublegum. Excellent stuff from Therapy. And when I was buying that on the same website, as you can see, music on vinyl stickers. So I got it from them. The follow-up, Infernal Love from '95. I don't like this one as much, it has to be said. It's still some good stuff on it, but for me it's not as good as the two that I've just shown. But it's great stuff on it, like Stories, the second track's fantastic. Epilepsy, first song's good as well. Bells of Love's good. And then you got Diane on side 2, which is good. It's a tough listen because it's about a pretty bleak subject matter, it has to be said, but still a good song. But Therapy's Infernal Love from 1995 is good, but I don't like it as much as the two that came before it, but still glad I picked it up. On to some thrash crossover now, and you saw me show this in my best albums of the year video, but I haven't actually got around to showing it, just in a collection update. The latest one from Municipal Waste, so I'm not going to talk about this one too much. Just to say that this is a big improvement over their Slime and Punishment, which came out a few years ago. I was quite disappointed with that album, but not this one. This is excellent, full of great riffs, great songs. Tony Forrester's vocals are superb. Really glad that these guys are back on form. This is a fantastic album and really happy to have it in the collection. Up next is a Fear Factory, and this is the brand new version of Soul of a New Machine, which originally came out in 1992. Great album. When I first heard this, I wasn't so keen on it, but the more I've listened to it, the more it's grown on me. A very unique band, especially when they came out. For me, Dino Cazares' guitar playing and Raymond Herrera's drumming is locked in so tight, very mechanical sounding. Just a fantastic band. And for me, Burton C. Bell, the vocalist, has got to be the most copied singer of the last 30 years. And he was very unique. When I first heard him, I'd never heard anyone do that whole deep guttural vocals and then really clean singing. It's something that's been copied to death by thousands of bands since, especially metalcore bands. But when these guys first come out, I'd never heard anything like it before. And it's very, very unique. Stuck out in my mind. This is the 3 LP set of their debut, obviously. Brilliant stuff for this, like Martyr. Scapegoat is a fantastic song. I absolutely love that. My favourite one on the album. Scum Grief is great. Crash Test, Fleshhold, Self-Immolation. Excellent album. I did wait for this to come down in price because when it first came out, this was 65 quid and I wasn't paying that. Over Christmas, it dropped down to 45, so I thought, yeah, I've grabbed that now. So really happy to have this in the collection. And this pressing sounds absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good stuff. Excellent guitar riffs. Dino's guitar tone is fantastic, and Burton's vocals are absolutely superb. And were completely unique to me when I first heard them. And a fantastic band and a great album. Up next is something that I actually got from James, Mr. Stormwind, from winning his second contest, and I completely forgot to show it when I picked up ages ago. I'm not going to talk about this one too much because you're all going to know this album, but I'm glad to finally have it on wax in the collection. And it's Autopsy's Mental Funeral, the second full length from these guys, death metal legends. This is obviously much more mid-paced, death doomy. So again, an album that doesn't really need to be sort of talked about a lot because a lot of you will know this already. Massive, really massive riffs, slow to mid-paced songs, deep guttural vocals, a legendary band, a legendary album. I'm glad to finally have this in the collection. So James, thanks again, mate. I'm really pleased to have this. And another one from the same band, and this is Autopsy's The Headless Ritual, which came out in 2013, so this album's 10 years old now. I actually grabbed this not too long ago because it's on Amazon at the moment. It's only £15, and that's very cheap for an album from Amazon on vinyl. And I think there's still some out there for that price. If you haven't got this, then I suggest jumping on Amazon as soon as you can and grabbing it for 15 quid, because that's an absolute bargain. This is more of the same from these guys. You know what you're going to get, and it's all good. Slaughter at Beast House first track's great. She Is a Funeral, really love that. Mangled Far Below. Coffin Crawlers, Thorns and Ashes, Flesh Turns to Dust. The last track, Headless Ritual's got some really nice riffing in it I really enjoy. Yeah, another great solid album from these guys. I haven't got all their stuff, but everything I have got, they've never put anything bad. But this is an absolute snip for 15 quid. So yeah, grab it. Go on to Amazon and grab it if you haven't got it already, because it's a great price for a great album. Up next, Hellripper and what's it called again? Warlock's Grim and Withered Hags. Everyone's been looking forward to this, and rightfully so. James McBain has absolutely delivered. Fantastic album. Excellent black and thrash. There's some really nice blast beats in this, which you haven't really had in Hellripper before. The riffs, as always, are absolutely fantastic, and James's vocals are amazing. Just a brilliant album. This is a no bad song album. Absolutely phenomenal. My favourite track is obviously I the Deceiver, track 2. Just the vocals in that are absolutely amazing. You've got Goat Vomit Nightmare, great title for a track. Track for a title, I should say. Yeah, I think that's right. The Hissing Marshes. Excellent stuff from this guy. Absolutely killing it. Superb stuff. I'm absolutely loving it, like everyone else is. The latest Hellripper album is an absolute beast. And also recently picked up Coagulating Darkness. Now, I did get this on CD, and I thought I'd missed out on the record. Posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and Darcy got in touch to say that I think it was Diabolic Records. He said, I've got some copies left. So I jumped on the website. And here it is, yeah. So they had some left, so I was really happy to grab this. So thanks, Darcy, for the heads up on that. This is another fantastic album. It's come out in 2017. It's about 35 minutes long. Absolutely gets the job done. From Hell, Blackened kind of Invocation, Within the Everlasting Hellfire, and the first track, Bastard of Hades, is absolutely phenomenal. There is definitely some... He's definitely borrowed some riffs from Metallica in that one. That first track, I definitely hear some riffs from Hit the Lights and Metal Militia. Excellent stuff. Great album. This guy hasn't put out anything bad, and I'm really glad to have this on vinyl because I thought I'd missed the boat. So again, thanks, Darcy, for that. Much appreciated, mate. Excellent stuff from Hellripper. Dying Fetus and... Descend into Depravity, which looks like it's got the wrestler John Cena on the front cover. Brutal technical death metal from these guys. Love this band. Really, really good musicians. Fantastic songs. The first track, Your Treachery Will Die With You, is just amazing. The time changes and the riffs and the drums, everything is great. Deep guttural vocals from John Gallagher. Again, I can't remember the bass player, but he also does lead vocals. The trade-off lead vocals sound great. Hope Insurrection, is a great track as well. Title track's excellent. At What Expense, just excellent technical death metal, which I'm absolutely loving. The musicianship on this is just absolute top tier. It's just phenomenal stuff. Again, an album that only lasts about 30-35 minutes, and it's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Really loving this. I definitely need to get more from these guys. But an excellent slice of death metal from Dying Fetus. Speaking of excellent technical death metal, and you saw this just last week, a recent pickup, Cryptopsy's Blasphemy Made Flesh from 1994. I think Mike posted a picture of None So Vile on Facebook, and I said about what a great album it was, and he said to me, if you haven't got the one before it, pick it up because it's just as good. And he wasn't wrong. Excellent stuff. Brilliant technical musicianship, like I've already said. Deep guttural vocals. Great stuff in this, like Open Face Surgery, Serial Messiah, Born Headless, Swan of the Cross. Really, really good technical stuff. The riffs are amazing. The drums are absolutely phenomenal. The vocals are low and guttural, and it's just an excellent slice of technical death metal, which I absolutely love. Cryptopsy's debut, Blasphemy Made Flesh, is superb stuff. quick drink before I carry on. Up next, Cancer, and this is their Ball Cutter EP. This came out because this is one of the songs from their last album, Shadow Grip, from 2018. Wasn't going to pick up originally, but I'm glad I did actually. Ball Cutter, obviously side A, the alternate master version, which to be honest sounds exactly the same as the album version. They did come out with some bullshit sometimes. Not this band in general, but you know, all this full dynamic range stuff you get from Earache. Does it really sound any different? I don't hear a lot of difference. All the Curses, Crocodile Itch, and in side B you got some demo versions of Grot and Organ Snatcher, which are on the Shadow Grip album. Unfortunately, it comes on horrible yellow vinyl. Can't stand yellow vinyl, but there we go. It is what it is. Nice little EP from these guys. I've since seen that only John Walker's left now from the original lineup. Carl Stokes and Ian Buchanan have gone, which is a shame. But it is what it is. But a nice little EP from these guys. So glad I picked it up. Just the 5 tracks and good stuff. Some nice death metal from Cancer, from these UK legends. Now this one's going to raise some eyebrows, but I don't care. 6 Feet Under's Nightmares Are Decomposed. I really like this album. Yeah, I know Chris Barnes' voice is nothing like what it was, and I wish he did sound like he'd sounded in the early 90s, but he doesn't anymore. But I still can listen to the vocals and enjoy it. You got Jack Owen back in this band now, who of course Chris was in Cannibal Corpse with. So the riffs on this are absolutely fantastic. But Amputator Zodiac, Death Will Follow, The Noose, Blood of the Zombie, Self-Imposed Death Sentence, that's a great tune. Dead Girls Don't Scream, Drink Blood, Get High, stuff like that. It's got some choruses on it that are very catchy. Excellent guitar work from Jack Owen. The rest of the band sound great. Of course, Chris doesn't sound as good as he once did, but I don't care. I can still listen to him and enjoy him. And I think this is a really good album. And I'm glad I picked it up on vinyl. Because I did get on CD when it first came out. But glad to get the vinyl at last. Another quick drink. And while I was at it, I picked up the album that came before that. This is Torment, which I think came out in 2017. Yeah, I've had this since it came out on CD, but while I was grabbing the other album, I thought I'd grab this one as well. Chris's voice sounds better on this, and this is an album full of some really decent tunes. Sacrificial Kill, first song, is really good. Schizomaniac, Skeleton, Knife Through the Skull, Slaughtered as They Slept, Funeral Mask, Obsidian. There's some really good riffs on this. The drummer, I can't remember his name, but he's absolutely fantastic. So there's lots of good stuff to get your teeth into. 6 Feet Under, a band that got quite a bad rap, but I still really like them. And this is a decent album from them, and I'm glad I picked up on vinyl at last. And then one more to show. And it's Memoriam and their Rise to Power album, which came out earlier this year. These guys are continuing to deliver the goods. The Silent Vigil is the only one from these guys I'm not so keen on. Maybe I just need to give it more listens, but for me that's a little bit weak, but this is fantastic. There's no bad songs on this. This is a 9 or 10 out of 10 album as far as I'm concerned. Carl Willis' vocals, of course, brilliant. Never Forget, Never Again, first track is great. Total War, brilliant stuff. Some excellent riffs on that. I Am the Enemy, The Conflict Within, side A, all killer stuff. Annihilation's Dawn kicks off side B, that's another great song. All Is Lost, Rise to Power, This Pain. There's so many great riffs on this album. The guy I've got playing drums from these days, because obviously Andy Wales not here anymore, is absolutely fantastic. Catchy songs, but still brutal. Excellent death metal from these guys. Really, really loving it. I'll show the vinyl because it's not just standard black. And it's kind of this light blue with some splatterings in it. Which, to be honest, I don't really understand. The album cover's like 95% purple. So the record's blue. It does piss me off when they do this. You know, if it's going to be colour vinyl, at least have it matching the colours of the album. I was hoping to get a nice purple looking record, but okay, instead I got this. But as always, it doesn't bloody matter as long as the music is good and the record plays fine. And that's Memoriam's Rise to Power, an absolutely fantastic album from these guys. Delivering the goods once again. Excellent stuff from Carl Willis and Company. Brilliant stuff. The year has started well with some really nice releases, along with this Hell Ripper and Obituary, of course. Right, guys, that's it for today. Cheers for sticking around to the end. As always, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these pickups. Apologies for the big brain fart in the middle of that video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. It would be much appreciated. I'll be back with you soon. I'm not sure what I'm doing next yet, but yeah, I'll see you soon. So until then, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.